Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for another Drive at 5. I am your host, JIT Guy. We're going to try a little bit different perspective here today. We're going to go on the vertical just to see if we like that better, or if we want to look at maybe uploading them to YouTube, because I was doing the landscape mode, and when I uploaded it to my computer, it was not rotated correctly. And for me to get it rotated correctly, I would have to put it through some video processing software to rotate it, and it would take a long time to re-render, and I didn't want to deal with all that. So we will see what this does and see how it looks, because I know I can take this video and then dump it directly to YouTube. Hello! Without having to do anything. So anyway, smash those hearts, show me some love, follow me on Twitter at JITGuy, follow me on Periscope, where you will receive my broadcast notifications. I broadcast Monday through Friday, beginning anywhere between 5 and 6 p.m., and we drive to our destination. Today is Wednesday, so I'm not sure what the plan was for today. Usually on Wednesdays we have choir practice, but we haven't really been going like we should have. But we'll see. I'll drive home first so I can change, so that's at least our first destination. Okay, alright, we're going to church. Okay, well, I'm going to stop by the house first and change, and then I will head that direction. Well, we had 4 viewers earlier. What happened to everybody? Did it drop off? Come on now. I don't know what. Aww, you're so sweet. I love you. Well, that's too bad that people dropped out, because I actually had something prepared for today. Today, I'm going to be talking about passwords and multi-factor authentication. That is the topic for today's Tech Talk. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about drones and quadcopter and what all you can do with those. So today's topic is passwords and multi-factor authentication. What is a password? A password is could be something you have, like a physical key. Could be quote-unquote passwords, like your door. You'd unlock your door with your key. That would be your password. A password could be something you know. That's a lot of the password everyone has today. Like if you have a bank account, or your Facebook, or Twitter, or Gmail, it would be some kind of combination of letters and characters that you would have to access that account. So, according to Microsoft's recommendation, they have a list of criteria that you should really meet on your passwords. And we follow these passwords criteria at work, so we can keep our users safe from people that want to potentially steal and hack into our system and steal data. First thing that Microsoft recommends is to turn on the password history, or the history setting, or the max history. where the system will recognize your last 10 passwords used and won't let you do that. Now, a lot of systems out there like Gmail or Google or Twitter, Facebook, they may not have that in place, so you kind of have to judge yourself. Okay, well, when was the last time you used that password if you're going to change it? The next criteria they say is, or the next setting they have is the max password age. So that would be, when does your password reset, or how long can you go with using that one password? Microsoft recommends changing the password every 90 days. So we have a setting in our organization that forces a user to change their password at the 90-day mark. About 5 days before, no, I would say a week before their password's ready to reset, it'll say, hey, your password will reset in 7 days. Do you want to change it now? So they have the options of clicking yes, or they can just click no and then keep waiting and waiting and waiting until finally, day one, your password expires tomorrow. So they come in, they log in, and they get a box that says, your password has expired and must be changed. And then we get down into the next criteria password that Microsoft recommends is how to actually create your password. So Microsoft recommends that your password be at least 9 characters long. So that would be 9 or more. They recommend having at least 3 of the 4 following categories. So you've got uppercase characters, lowercase characters, numbers, and special characters. And all your special characters are all the ones that are on top of your number keys. Like if you hold the shift, you start typing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll get like exclamation, at, pound sign, dollar sign. Those are all the special characters. That also includes all of the punctuation marks, like your dashes, your comma, caret, parentheses. Those are all considered special characters as well. Let's see. The minimum password age. Let's see, what setting is that? We have ours set to 30 days. The minimum password age would be. You know, I just looked at this too. Max password age 90 days. Minimum password age 30 days until you can use it again. Yeah, there you go. I think that minimum password age should be 30 days until you can use the last 10th password back on the history. Some programs and some applications have what's called multi-factor authentication, or MFA. If you're coming up in the summer, we're going to be issuing thumbprint readers to all of our police department laptops because the FBI is requiring multi-factor authentication, or two-factor authentication at least, to access the system, because all of their laptops connect to state databases or national databases for criminal records or driver's license databases, and they don't want the wrong person accessing the wrong types of data. So in multi-factor authentication, you have a possession factor, which is something you own, like a USB key, or like a physical key is that one possession factor. There's the knowledge factor, which is like a character password that you would know. And then they have an inheritance factor, or inheritance factor. That would be something like your fingerprint. An inheritance factor, it is something. Whether it's your retinal scanner, thumbprint, they have voice recognition. don't know too many other inheritance factors. I mean, they may come up with something crazy as DNA factoring. Who knows? But so in multi-factor, you would use at least 2 of those to set up your access. I know Gmail has multi-factor that you can turn on to where there's an app that has a special code. It's called the Google Authenticator app. So you log into your Gmail, and then it says, okay, well now go to your smartphone and type in the code in the Google Authenticator app. Well, a lot of times the possession factor is the cell phone, because you have that with you. And usually it also has a knowledge factor built into that, which it would be like the PIN code to get into it, or the pattern swipe, the pattern key to get in. So there's multi-levels of multi-factor authentication out there. You can also use password managers if you don't like remembering thousands of passwords. I have a good handful of passwords I remember on a daily basis. We also use something like LastPass. That's one of the more popular password managers in the industry. There used to be one called KeyPass for your smartphone. I looked that one up the other day, and I couldn't find it. Someone else may have bought that and renamed it something else. But yeah, if you go to Google and you type in password manager, there's some good ones out there. Just make sure that the program that you're going to use is a reputable one, because you don't want to entrust your bank account to some guy who's written a piece of software with a back door where he can get in and access all your bank information. That would just defeat the purpose. So I would recommend going with LastPass. A lot of your browsers nowadays allow you to save your passwords. Like you go to your Facebook, you log in, if you're using Chrome or Firefox, once you log in with that password, it'll say, hey, do you want to save this password? You can save that password. The only problem with that is if you've got somebody that can get on your computer without any access, like if your computer doesn't have a password to log in with, well, now you're kind of messed up. Because all they got to do is open Chrome, go to their Facebook page, and log in with your email address. That would be if someone has physical access to your machine. Another way people steal passwords is they install what's called a keylogger. And that can be either a hardware piece that connects to the back of your computer, and then your keyboard connects to that, and it downloads all the keystrokes that happen on your machine. And that's a hardware keylogger. They have software keyloggers, which are a lot more difficult to detect. And they pretty much do the same thing. They record every keystroke that your computer does. You either saved it to a file or can upload it back to some database. Another way people steal passwords is by a way called brute force. They load up a program that has a password dictionary, and they just start cranking away, and those take the longest. There's a website out there, I forget the exact URL, but it's something like, how long will it take to crack my password, or whatever. You can put in a I wouldn't recommend putting in an actual password, but you can think up a password, and then it'll tell you how long it would take to brute force that password. If you have a password with uppercase numbers, or uppercase letters, lowercase letters, and numbers, it can take quite a while. I think when I put one in, it was a 14-character password, It was randomly generated. It had all the characteristics, letters, numbers, symbols, all that. And it said it would take 14 billion years for that password to be cracked. I think. It was some ridiculous, crazy amount of time. So yeah, the longer your password is, the more complex your password is, the harder it would be to detect and steal. So that's a brief talk on passwords. If you have any questions, feel free to chat. We're still broadcasting here. We'll hang out for the next 10-15 minutes. What do you guys think about my vertical video here? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to get this one uploaded to YouTube. We'll see if we can start a playlist there. And it'll be called Drive 5. I have to get my YouTube account situated because it's not set up the way I really want it to. I was going to try to make my YouTube channel a gaming channel, but it'll just be an everything channel, so I gotta change the name and see if I can get a URL set up. When you join, smash those hearts, hit that like button, subscribe. I'm JIT Guy. Follow me on Twitter and Periscope, the same username. We broadcast Monday through Friday, anywhere between 5 and 6 p.m. And we drive for about 25-30 minutes. Sometimes we just hang out, chat. Sometimes we have tech talks about whatever. Other times I may not have much to say, so just drive and you just watch. Share my tweets so people know that I'm going live. Favorite them. Reply. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Welcome CMM 2010. Welcome the other person that joined. I personally know one of the 3 people viewing right now. So kudos to my wife and kids. Welcome, welcome. You should go back and watch the previous bit of this broadcast. We talked about passwords and password security. Our first actual tech talk for this broadcast. Yep. So once I'm done broadcasting, or I think you can actually go back and watch it while I'm broadcasting. I think that's something you can do on Periscope. So go back and watch the last 15 minutes. Thank you for the follow. Now share my broadcast with your friends on Twitter so you can go get them and have them follow too. This is better. It's not as popular as someone like Captain Sparkles, but I've been pretty pleased with the amount of people that come and hang out with me. And for those of you who don't know who Captain Sparkles is, he's a popular YouTube gamer. Primarily plays Minecraft, but he plays a lot of other stuff too. Thank you for those hearts. I appreciate it. Well, I thought it was going to rain today. I'm glad it didn't. likes driving in the rain. And no one likes watching a broadcast in the rain either, because all you see is rain on the windshield and everything else is blurry. Yeah, I was trying to focus the video yesterday, and it wasn't working. I mean, I could do it for a little bit while I was stopped. I would hit the windshield wipers and clean off the glass real quick, and then I could focus it. But as soon as I started to go again, rain would hit the windshield, and it would just focus back on the droplets. And you couldn't see anything. I was going to go out and fly the drone today, but it started getting windy, and I felt some raindrops, so I didn't want to chance that. One of our public works guys wants some more footage of one of the lakes in downtown Haines City. Oh, I hate when a vehicle sits there in front of me because I can't hardly see around them. I hate this intersection. Well, I guess I'm just gonna wait here until arrow turns green. I wonder if this guy would freak out if I backed up a little bit. Because I don't want to be sticking my nose out in traffic. It's not too bad. I'm behind the line, I think. So I'll just wait. I had ramen noodles for soup today. It was very good. It's a chicken flavor. I hadn't had chicken in a while. We had beef the other night. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining today's broadcast. Come back tomorrow. Follow me on Periscope and get the notification when I go live. And we'll be getting again sometime between 5 and 6. Hopefully closer to 5 o'clock. But anyway, join me on Periscope. Follow me on Twitter. Peace out.